Today we're going to talk about adding polynomials. There are two ways basically you can do this. On number one, here is our problem. And we have to add like terms. So we're going to be adding the x squareds to each other, the x's to each other, and the constants to each other. So one way to do this is vertical. Vertical is just like you did in first and second grade all through grade school, where you're adding numbers and you line them up vertically. So we put down the x squared plus x plus 1. Underneath that, we line this up. Now notice I have these. You do not have to put these in, but I'm just showing you this is the x squared column. This is the x's. This is the constants. You have to keep them properly lined up or they will not come out right. So we put the 2x squared underneath this x squared. We put the 3x underneath this x. We put the plus 2 underneath the plus 1. Now we just add. Remember that an x squared has a 1 in front of it. So 1 plus 2 is 3x squareds. This also has a 1. There's 1x there. So the 1 plus 3 is 4x. So we have plus 4x. And 1 plus 2 is 3. So our answer is 3x squared plus 4x plus 3. On number 2, vertically, we're going to line these up. We put the 2x squared minus 3x plus 5. We are going to add 4x squared plus 7x minus 2. We have them in their columns. All of these are x squareds, all of these are x's, all of these are constants. 2 plus 4 is 6x squareds. Now, when you put this into your calculator, you need to put this in as a negative 3 plus 7. A negative 3 plus 7 is a positive 4x. There has to be a sign there. Now, let's take 5 minus 2, which gives us our positive 3. On number 3, this is the different sides of a rectangle. We're going to add this up to find the perimeter of the rectangle. Our first is x squared plus x. Our next is 2x squared. The next is 2x squared. And the last one is x squared plus x. Now we're going to add these up. Remember, there's a 1 in front of this. 1 plus 2 plus 2 plus 1 gives us 6x squared. X plus x, that's 1x plus 1x, which is 2x. On number 4, notice that we have all kinds of exponents here. We have an exponent of 4, an exponent of 2, of 3, of 1, and then we have our constants. So when we do this vertically, you have to allow for all of the different columns. Your a to the 4th power will be first. Your a to the 3rd power will be next. Your a to the 2nd power, your a's, and then your constants. So when we put a squared plus 2a, we're needing to separate this. So we've left room for a to the 3rd power and a to the 2nd power in our other terms. Now our next term is a squared plus 1. Notice I put the a squared here and the plus 1 over here. On the next one, it says 3a cubed plus 2a squared plus 3. Notice I put the 3a cubed here after the a to the 4th power. I put the a squared underneath this a squared. And then I put the plus 3 over here. Now we add the columns. A to the 4th, 3 to the a to the 3rd power, 1a squared plus 2a squared gives us 3a squared. This is just 2a, and 1 plus 3 is 4. That's the way to do this vertically. On your assignment, it will ask you to do some of the problems vertically. Then you need to do them vertically. If it asks them to do them horizontally, then you need to do it horizontally. If it doesn't tell you which way to do it, then you can choose. Now let's look at the horizontal way. Horizontal, you need to get rid of your parentheses. And to do that, when we multiply by a positive, these signs do not change. So we have x squared plus x plus 1 plus 2x squared plus 3x plus 2. If you're doing this horizontally, I suggest strongly that you use something to mark out the terms that you've used, or highlighters to highlight the ones that are alike, so you know which ones. And I would highlight x squared plus 2x squared first, and do that arithmetic. 1x squared plus 2x squared is 3x squared. Then with a different color marker, do all of the x's. We have a plus 1x and a plus 3x. That gives us our plus 4x. And lastly, we have our plus 1 and our plus 2, which is plus 3. This is horizontally. You're just choosing the terms that are alike, adding them together, and writing down the answer. On the next one, I rewrote this problem without the parentheses. 2x squared minus 3x plus 5 plus 4x squared plus 7x minus 2. On your problems, if it's plus, it's not really necessary for you to change it, but if it's minus, you do have to change it. Now again, I highlighted my 2x squared first with my plus 4x squared. Those terms are alike, so we can add 2 plus 4 is 6x squared. Now after x squared comes x to the first power, which is our minus 3x plus 7x. This we put in as a negative 3 plus 7, which gives us a positive 4x. Then we have our positive 5 minus 2, which gives us our plus 3. Same answer appears if you do it correctly either way. On number 3, notice the first step I did is I took out all of the parentheses. Now I'm going to add up all of my x squareds. So I have x squared, 1x squared plus 2x squared plus 2x squared plus x squared. That gives us 6x squared. Now I add the 1x plus the 1x, which gives me a 2x. On number 4, here I just wrote out everything without the parentheses. And then I highlighted my a to the 4th power. It's the only one I have, so my first part of my answer is a to the 4th power. Now, do I have an a to the 3rd power? Yes, right here. I highlighted the 3, a to the 3rd power. There are no other a to the 3rd power, so it's just plus 3a to the 3rd power. Do I have a to the 2nd power? Yes, I have a squared plus 2a squareds. 1a squared plus 2a squareds is 3a squareds. Now, what do we have after that? Do we have an a without a power? Yes, that's our a to the 1st power. So we put plus 2a. And then we have our constants plus 3 and plus 1, which gives us plus 4. That is the part 1 of your notes for adding and subtracting. This is the addition, and I will have another one for the subtraction. Thank you.